Welcome to the Functional Medicine Foundation's podcast, where we explore root cause medicine, engage in conversation with functional and integrative medicine experts, and build community with like-minded health seekers. I'm your host, Amber Warren. Let's dig deeper. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm here with Rachel Harrington, and I'm so excited about this conversation. This has been a long time coming, but Rachel is a pediatric certified occupational therapy assistant and the founder of the Sensory Project. She is also the co-host of All Things Sensory by Harkla podcast and owner of Sensational Brain, offering professional education, children's books, and programs for kids. On this episode, Rachel shares her health journey that led to breast explant surgery.
Yes.
So all things breast implant illness,
Yes.
which I'm honestly very surprised we have not had this conversation on this podcast
It's
before.
an important one.
It is so important. So thank you so much, Rachel. We're so
You're
excited to
welcome.
have you. And I definitely want to hear more about what you do professionally as well.
Yes.
But let's start with let's hear your journey of breast implant illness and how it led you to getting an explant. Let's hear it all.
Yeah. So I got my implants in 2016.
Okay.
And it was only because I was like, something I always thought about. It was just always in the back of my mind. And I went into the surgeon. He said, "Wow, you have great boobs." And I was like, "Okay, thank you. Let's continue, And, long story short, 2020 hit and I just, you start learning a little bit more. And I was pregnant with my son and I just started hearing things. And then 2022 came. I had my daughter. And she was a nightmare, not a nightmare. She was a struggle. She had a hard time sleeping.
Okay.
I was very sleep deprived. And in late 2022, early 2023, I started working with a psychologist who specialized in women's ADHD because I was like, I have zero executive functioning skills.
Yeah.
I am missing things. I am struggling. And we went through all the checklists. We did all the things. She interviewed my husband and she's like, "Okay, you have ADHD." And I was like, "Really?" And then I told her, I have implants as well. And she's like, "Okay, well, that's really important to know. I'm starting on this big health journey. My thyroid was kind of wonky. I had some weird things, some mold stuff. And I mean, I really went down the rabbit hole. My poor husband, it's a miracle. He's just like, "Wow, Rach, wow." So I thought, if I get my implants out, my ADHD will be improved. I'll be able to complete a task from start to finish. I won't feel the need to start 47 businesses every week. I'll be able to put my laundry away, all of those executive functioning skills." So my daughter nursed for 2 years, and I knew that after I was done nursing her, I was going to get my implants out. And so this was May of 2024, and I met with a surgeon here locally, didn't get a good vibe. I started listening to Dr. Robert Whitfield's podcast, and I said, this would be interesting. Booked it, and literally it's my impulsivity where I was like, this is what we're doing. And November, 6 months after I stopped breastfeeding,
Wow.
I got them out. And I mean, that's really like where it started. It was kind of an ADHD thing. It was a mold thing. It was a thyroid thing. Yeah. My doctor was like, this could be a factor. It could be your implants. And they felt a little wonky and I just didn't feel good in my body. And I was like, I think this is what we need to do.
Yeah. None of us want to go and say, this is breast implant illness. Go get them out. It'll fix everything. Because that's going out on a limb. And we don't have, unfortunately, great diagnostic testing for breast implant illness. Yeah. We have ways we can put the pieces of the puzzle together with lab testing. And of course, that includes thyroid testing and hormone testing and like gut health and toxin testing. But yeah, there's no definitive way. So I don't know any practitioners that say, "Yep, you for sure have breast implant illness. Get it out." Or get them out, I should say.
Get it out.
So yeah, can you get it out? Just get it out. Can you tell us, I did not know he had a podcast.
Yes.
I've listened to him speak on stage and listened to what is the name of his podcast? Because a lot of listeners would be intrigued.
Breast implant illness.
That's the name of his podcast.
I think that's what the name of his podcast is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will double check that for sure.
Okay.
But I think it's breast implant illness. And I found his Instagram too. And I just started going down
what's his Instagram?
Breast implant illness.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
That's really easy for people to find.
It may have switched to Dr. Robert Whitfield. I think he has 2 different Instagrams.
Okay.
But if you're interested, go and watch the videos of the explant.
Yeah.
And open the capsule and see. And like, that is so eye-opening.
Yeah.
And once I started going down the rabbit hole of watching these videos.
You're like, I can't keep these in me. Like,
and when you hear the symptoms and people are explaining the different symptoms that you're seeing and hearing, you're like, check. And I just started writing things down in my notes app. And
what are some other symptoms that you can come up with breast implant illness? We've got chronic fatigue.
Yep.
Brain fog.
The brain fog.
Hair loss. Dry skin. I mean, that's also thyroid related.
For me, it was a lot of eye floaties, which I attributed to
Interesting.
mold, which I
Yeah.
thought we were moldy from the
Okay.
inside out.
Did you have mold in your implants? Because he sends them for testing, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
They weren't terrible. My right had a really hard capsule.
Interesting.
And it was like the video that he sent. If you guys want to show it, you can pull that bad boy up, some good B-roll. You can show that. It was really hard and you could like crunch it open.
Wow.
And it's like, that's inside of me. Like it was mind blowing.
And yours weren't that old.
8 years.
Yeah. I had a client today. Hers 30 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I've talked to a lot of people because I've shared about it on social media and moms at the gym that I work out at, and they are like 17 years, 20 years. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Don't they say they have like a life?
10 years.
I was gonna say 10
what
years.
I was told. And when I got them in, I never thought that I would replace them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just thought I'd get them out and just move on.
Right.
So going under for surgery every 10 years, that's unreal to think about.
It's pretty invasive and traumatic for your system.
Yeah.
What kind of fears did you go into surgery with? Or were you just so confident going in and being like, I know this is exactly what I need to do?
Yeah. It's a lot of prep work in advance, a lot of diet changes, a lot of supplements.
If you work with a good practitioner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Ideally, you're kind of detoxing beforehand, high protein diet. I was gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, fun-free, food dye-free, all the things free. I still am.
Mm-hmm.
And I was beforehand, but I hit it really hard. But going into surgery, I think my biggest concern was how am I going to pick up my kids? Because I have young kids. My daughter was 2.5 and my son was 4. So that was really hard. And then, you're laying on the table and you're like, hope I wake up after this. Think about that.
Yeah. Especially as a mom.
Yeah. And it was never a concern of like, how am I going to look afterwards?
Okay.
My husband, we joke, we have a very good, positive, joking relationship. And the other night when I was, reviewing our questions we were going to cover today, I was like, how's your mental health after this? How are you doing? He's like, I'm still recovering. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but that's a big part of it too. And like, if you don't have a partner that's on board,
absolutely.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be hard on your marriage if there's lots to be built up on that. But
So I guess going into it, it was never. We talked about fat transfers. I have 0 fat to transfer, so that wasn't even.
Does Dr. Whitfield do that?
He does.
He does that. Okay. Yeah. So that was not an option for you.
Not an option. No. And I don't think I would have had it been an option.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to start fresh, get down to baseline, see where we were at. And on the bright side, this is what I told my husband. I had 2 kids back to back. I breastfed them both for a long time. I basically got a free lift,
I love that. Glasses half up or half full. I love that approach.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, otherwise, who knows what we look like, and I wouldn't get a lift. So after
maybe it worked out well for you. Yeah. So what was that recovery like?
It was long.
Okay.
It was hard.
Was it? Yeah. Pretty painful.
Yeah. I'm at almost a year next month.
Okay.
A year next month.
And you do it all over again.
I would.
Would you?
Yeah. I wouldn't get them in. No, I can't say that because at my phase of life, it's what I wanted. I was young. I was 24. I'd gotten married the year before. I was like, I'm young. I'm not going to have kids for a while. Let's do it,
Right.
So I don't want to say that I wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
Because in that phase of my life, I was like all for it.
That felt like the right thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about the health changes and the things you started to notice improvement and like the time frame.
Yeah. It wasn't overnight for me.
Okay.
I know a lot of people go under and wake up and they're like, wow, I'm a new person.
Agreed. I hear that a lot. Yeah.
And I think it's good to hear those stories, but also I think it can be a little misleading. And if you don't have instant results or if it's harder, it's frustrating. You're like, I just spent all of this money, all this time. Yeah. So mine was definitely a slow burn and the eye floaties were gone immediately.
Really? Okay.
They've come back here and there, but I definitely notice like if I have like moldy food, or like Starbucks coffee or something like that, I definitely notice like that symptom come back for the time period, but I can breathe. I can take a deep breath.
So you had shortness of breath.
Yeah. And it wasn't like shortness of breath. It was like, I can't get like a fulfilling deep breath. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I'm sure people listening will probably, they'll probably know.
It'll resonate with them.
Yeah. So I definitely felt like a weight was lifted off my chest. working out feels so much better now.
Yeah.
Just like moving, just like my posture feels better. I used to always have this sore spot like right in the middle of my back, and that was gone immediately. So I feel like that was a big like overnight change. Like I just always had this tension in the middle of my back. I don't have that anymore.
Tell us about the process of like getting your thyroid healed.
That's been an interesting journey because before I got them out, I was kind of like a pre-Hashimoto's type category, which was really shocking. And then after I got them out, I retested and things were looking good.
Good.
And then my last labs, probably a couple of months ago, a little like pre-Hashimoto's-ish again.
Okay.
And so trying to figure out if that's just like the detox protocol, because that's also been one of the hardest parts is the detox protocol following. And, you know, I'm not a pill taker. I struggle with taking pills. So that's been hard.
Did they implement, have any of your practitioners implemented IV therapy as part of the like ozone or high dose vitamin C or phosphatidylcholine for detox support?
Yeah, I do vitamin C.
Good.
I do a high dose of vitamin C. I'm on selenium now.
Okay,
so just
good.
trying to support that.
Yeah.
I did do an IV before I got them out, but I haven't started that process.
Okay.
And then I was doing how do you pronounce it? Phosphatidylcholine?
Yeah, phosphatidylcholine.
Yeah, I
because
was
he
on that
uses that
too.
as part of his protocol, right? I thought
Yes.
so. Okay.
Yeah.
But you were doing that orally.
Maybe I wasn't.
So it's either
B's, DK, glutathione.
Yep, good.
There was aloe vera I was taking. They have a aloe vera supplement that was helpful.
Okay.
But really, I mean, the hardest part has been like the actual detox, the cell core detox afterwards that they recommend.
We were talking about that
on.
offline a little, how you just didn't tolerate it. It was making you sick and feel weak.
Yeah. And, you know, I lost a lot of weight after surgery too. And, you know, my appetite was all over the place. So I feel like I'm finally like getting to a point where I feel good and like I can eat a good meal. I've put weight back on, which is good. And, you know, putting muscle back on. And I don't feel like I'm as, I don't know, just fragile, I guess, you know, like I feel stronger.
That's awesome. It feels good as a woman to feel strong.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's very empowering.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome. Any other health benefits you noticed? Think about, I mean, this is like a year out is a good time of reflection,
therapy
right?
session.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the brain fog has been, I feel like there's always been like a looming cloud behind my eyes. And that has been very helpful. And I think too, you know, I talked about the ADHD symptoms and the executive functioning. And while I don't think that those completely went away, I definitely feel like I have a better skill set now to handle them and communicate and ask for help. And the whole process has been great for just learning that aspect of like, I need help. Here's my strategies. Here's what
awareness.
we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to women that are, say, they've been reading about breast implant illness in the last year or so. They're really scared to jump in, whether it's because they have a spouse who's hesitant or they're hesitant. They're worried about how their clothes will fit and how their body will look, or just about the recovery in general, or just the invasiveness of the procedure. What advice would you give those women?
I think all of those fears are valid.
Yeah.
And it's really scary and overwhelming when you're trying to make this decision. But I think if you think about the long-term goal and the end goal and just trust the process, that it's a long process and you may not feel better overnight, but I mean, I'm a year out and I feel great.
Good.
So I think that if you can just trust the process and openly communicate to your partner and say, this is what I'm feeling, this is why. And you have that conversation. If it doesn't go well, I mean, that could be a sign, you know, maybe bring your partner to the pre-op appointments and bring them into the process so it doesn't feel like they are
not involved.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly a big part of it for a lot of women too, is, you know, how will my partner view me? And, you know, will I feel confident in my clothes? And you might not for a while.
Yeah.
I struggled.
I'm sure it's an adjustment. Yeah.
Yeah.
After 10, 12, 15, 20 years.
Exactly. You look in the mirror and you see what you see
and
you're used to it. And then you have new scars and things are different. And different's okay. I mean, I think different's great.
Well, I mean, and to me, it's kind of a celebration of health. Like, this is the scars I carry and the changes in my body. Or I did this
for myself.
For myself, so I can show up better for my spouse, for my children, for my friends, for my clients.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share about your journey or just about I mean, to me, breast implant illness, because I think it's important for people to recognize, like, is this something I could be dealing with? It's your body reacting to something foreign in it that it's not used to. It's your body attacking something that's non-self.
Exactly.
And that can present itself in so many different clinical manifestations, from joint pain to muscle pain to, maybe a little bit of fatigue, flu-like illness, to a full-blown autoimmune disease like Hashimoto's or lupus.
Yeah.
So it really can it manifests itself in the body in so many different ways.
Yeah. And I never thought of classifying myself as having breast implant illness. I just thought of myself as struggling with these symptoms.
Yeah.
And if this is one piece of the puzzle that I can take out, then I can address these other areas if there's still a concern.
So true. Yeah. It's part of just your body's total toxic burden.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, our buckets start to fill over. And now, unfortunately, a lot of women probably can't get away with having implants like we could, maybe even 8 years ago when you got them in, or 20, 30 years ago, like some of my clients. It's like, I mean, our buckets weren't as full.
Yeah. But also you think about MTHFR, like had I known I was MTHFR and sensitive already, I can't detox. Like I probably, I don't want to say I wouldn't have done it, but I would have thought about it a little bit more.
Yeah. With more knowledge brings wisdom and better ability to make decisions.
Yeah. And thinking about it as a foreign object, like our bodies don't want foreign objects.
They're going to reject it most of the time. Yeah. Or you can get away with it for a little bit, but then as your
burden,
body,
the toxic burden, there's so much that we're trying to filter out. And it's a lot, and our little bodies get tired.
And it was maybe even just the nervous system of having children, and just how your nervous system has shifted and changed. Because instead of worrying about your own health, now you're worried about these two little ones that are your heart with arms and legs running around. And so your perspective and how your body reacted might have just shifted.
Well, and I think that's a really important piece to bring up, because I noticed a huge shift that's what I do for work, is sensory and primitive reflexes. Like I noticed a huge shift in my own nervous system, my own sensory preferences after having kids. And I think it almost like flipped me into that state of fight or flight.
Guaranteed it did.
And the lack of sleep and the being pulled in 47 different directions. Like just the mental to-do list.
It's just the allostatic load builds, right?
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you're like, and with breast implants, this is probably no longer something that my body can tolerate.
Exactly.
And shouldn't have to fight against.
Exactly. Trying to work with my body, not against it.
Amen. So this is actually a really good segue into what you do professionally.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about it.
Yes.
So tell us about the Sensory Project.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The Sensory Project started in 2017, and it is the beautiful thing about pivoting. Like that's my main lifestyle, is just pivoting. And we started making custom weighted vests for kiddos with sensory needs. And, I've just started sharing my journey, the kids that I work with, my own kids, how I view my own life with my sensory goggles on. And I've always loved primitive reflexes and kind of shifted into primitive reflexes because it's at the base of the pyramid of learning, right? If we don't have an integrated sensory system, we don't have integrated primitive reflexes. We send kids to school with, we say, okay, go learn, go control your eye muscles, go socialize, but they have all these missing pieces at the bottom of the pyramid and they're struggling. And so it's just a bottom-up approach of let's integrate these infant reflexes that we're all born with and they're designed to keep us alive. Let's integrate them because kids aren't crawling, kids aren't rolling, they're missing these milestones, which those milestones are there for a reason. Right. And so when we skip those and when we're in containers and things like that, it can negatively impact those reflexes from integrating. So that's what I do now is I educate. I have a continuing education business as well. I travel and I do a lot of speaking and teaching and continuing education. And I have a little clinic where I see a handful of clients and it's fun.
And what ages do you work with?
All ages.
I figured. Okay.
Babies through adults.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my friends is a police officer and I tested his reflexes and I have never seen a Moro reflex like his. You startle reflex, right?
Yeah.
You lay baby down, they startle, right?
Yeah.
That needs to be integrated. Yeah. And so when you see that, it makes sense in an officer, right? They're just kind of always on and they have to be.
Yeah.
But he's mentioned that it's negatively impacting him, and the door slams and he has a really big reaction. I'm like, we got to get crawling. We got to do your exercises. And I said, about your son, we need to get him crawling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote a program about crawling because it's for kids of all ages and adults as well. And so it's just, if you're stressed out, if your nervous system is disorganized, get down on the floor and crawl. It brings both sides of the brain together.
So you really do have adults just get down on the floor?
I do. My mom is 70. She's 70. She had trigeminal neuralgia.
Yeah.
She did the program. My husband's grandparents. I mean, I'm sure there's other people who just don't tell me, but these are the people in my life who tell me, like, wow, this has actually been helpful. And it almost takes you out of that like instant state of fight or flight and gives you a chance to process before you react, among other things.
Oh, you're so just making me think about my 11-year-old, because he's like, all the tags on his clothes have to be cut.
Yes.
He has to have blankets on his bed, a certain way on his body. Not only the side of the blanket, but layered on a certain way.
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to be coming to see you.
Yeah. Need some heavy work. Start crawling. I always say, if you can't do anything, just get down on the floor and crawl every day.
Really?
Strengthens.
Those primitive reflexes.
It integrates your primitive reflexes. It provides proprioceptive input. It improves your vision, your ocular motor skills. It brings both sides of your brain together.
Like crawling, like how often a day?
I would say like do a couple laps in the morning, do a couple of laps before bed. I'm doing like the program.
When you say laps, like just around the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Down the hallway.
It doesn't have to be 100 yards.
No.
Okay.
No. I say like a couple
just
of
make
minutes.
it a fun game. Like
the kids love it when you get down on the floor and crawl with them. Yeah. I know it sounds so weird to say and to think about it.
But now that you're talking about it, it makes so much sense how we know the nervous system develops and functions.
And I mean, crawling is as innate as blinking, right? I mean, I always have, my friends, anyone who's pregnant, crawl while they're pregnant. It gets baby in the right place.
Yes.
For labor, like that's always my go-to advice. Oh, you crawled today? I don't know. It's like, I don't want to say a cure because it's not a cure. We're not curing anything, but it's like my cure-all. But not actually curing things. Just that's just what I say.
But you're getting things back in line.
Yes.
You're balancing out.
Yes. And I'm writing a book for adults too, to integrate their primitive reflexes.
So you have a book for kids?
I have books for kids, the Jungle Crawl and the Dino Crawl. And they're just like fun, interactive books that you read and you do the movements. And the movements are all beneficial for sensory and primitive reflexes.
How can people find out more about you?
I say Instagram's a great place to start.
Okay. And what's your Instagram?
I have two, the Sensory Project 208 and then Sensational Brain is another one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing
course.
Both sides of your story, just how you
for
impact the
letting me. I love
world
it.
and how you've walked your journey of health. And
Yeah.
it's just so exciting. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of women and now parents and family members that kind of need to hear your story. So yeah, thanks for being a light and
Thank you.
just sharing your story
Appreciate
and sharing
it.
your love with everybody.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Are you looking for high-quality supplements? FunMedShop.com is carefully curated by the wellness experts at Functional Medicine of Idaho. You'll find high-quality supplements to support your health and optimize your body's natural functions. Rooted in responsible sourcing and utmost commitment to purity ensures that you're getting products that are not only effective, but also safe and reliable. Plus, you'll find our own line, Functional Medicine Foundations, which is carefully formulated using the best ingredients available so you can trust that you're giving the body the support it needs. Visit FunMedShop.com today and take the next step in your health journey. That's funmedshop.com. Thank you for listening to the Functional Medicine Foundation's podcast. For more information on topics covered today, specialties available at the FMI Center for Optimal Health, and the highest quality of supplements and more, go to funmedfoundations.com.